this is why the market is crashing right now. The president is slapping 155% tariffs on China, and the crypto market is dumping because of it. This is a brutal time in the crypto side of things. If you're taking a peek at what is going on right now, Bitcoin is down 3.5%. Ethereum's down 5.2% today, back down to 3,700. XRP's down to $2.34. Solana back below 180. Taking a peek at what's going on right now, we saw a rejection off of a key level that I was discussing with you guys. Bitcoin failed to break above this level. We had a massive wick to the upside yesterday. There was a Fed meeting about crypto. There was a lot of excitement going on because gold was crashing. Gold is still coming down a little bit, but is maybe finding a little bit of recovery as Bitcoin is showing some weakness. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on right now. Let's also discuss that even though this is a bearish market, there's an opportunity to trade the thing. As I saw this tariff news come out, I opened up a short on Bitcoin, going back to just simple Bitcoin trades, currently in the profit, $1,400 over on BTCC. Just taking advantage of the volatility because this news, guys, has been constantly affecting the market. Now, if all of a sudden before November, on November 1st, we're supposed to have this 155% tariff on China, if all of a sudden this gets reversed and this goes away, which we've seen this happen over and over again, you could see the market start to come back up. So I'm making quick plays on this. I want to talk a little bit about this story, where I see crypto headed next. This is the Crypto Report. I'm Crypto Kib. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. If you want to trade, by the way, in the description of this video, there is a sign-up link for Blowfin. You can click right there, and it takes you over to this awesome link where you guys can just pop in an email address, your mobile number, and sign up for this exchange. Take advantage of a 10% deposit bonus on your first deposit over $500 and do up to 500x leverage over on this platform. They even have tokenized stocks and commodities over here. So that's the platform I'm using. But let's talk about this market and what's going on right now. Bitcoin is currently falling. And as we had discussed, if gold can start to fall, you can see Bitcoin pump. And that's exactly what we saw. But you needed Bitcoin to close above this level. And unfortunately, we did not have Bitcoin close above that level. And as we were discussing, you saw Ethereum sitting at $4,000. It broke below it. In fact, it even broke below this blue trend line. And there's fears right now, guys. There is fears that we could potentially be going into a bear market. Look at Solana breaking below a key trend line as well at 189, 188 that I've been talking about. We're falling lower. And according to Bitcoin and the moves we've seen out of Bitcoin since, really its existence in history, what we got going on right now, guys, is technically the Bitcoin bull market has run out of time. Let's just take a peek at it. From the lows to the highs, a bull market lasts about 1,070 days. And from the lows to the highs in this bull market, we have been in this thing already for that 1,065, 1,070 days. And technically, that means that a top could potentially be in for Bitcoin. And it's not what anybody wants to hear. Because if that's the case, and a top is in for Bitcoin, well, then altcoins could be about to absolutely get crushed. And if that's what we're about to do, then in general, this bull market was incredibly disappointing. Because for altcoins, Solana's high in November was $257. Solana's high in this bull market was only $298. Ethereum, if it only got to 4,900, didn't even break past $5,000 in this bull market, then Ethereum barely broke a new high. Crowcoin didn't even come close if we're in a bear market. Dogecoin was even, it was closer than Crow, I guess, but that didn't take a new high either. At one point, we wicked all the way up to 46 cents. We got more than halfway there. And in this bull market, if it's really over, then you didn't even see our total market cap, excluding the top 10, take a new high. Essentially, we didn't really see an altcoin season. We saw a couple good moments. March of 2024 was pretty good. We saw December of 2024 was pretty good. But if we're in a bull market, then historically you'd think we'd be taking new highs for the altcoins, and we did not see that happen. Now, why might that be? Well, this is something that I discussed the other day. Now that there are so many altcoins out there, the amount of altcoins that are coming into existence is inflationary to the point where there's so many altcoins, the money's getting divided up into not just a couple thousand altcoins, but into millions of altcoins. $200,000 market cap here, $2 million market cap there, $200 million market cap here, $1 billion market cap over there. You got Fartcoin, you got Kitty Cat Coin, you got this coin, you got that coin, you got so many different coins that you could buy. It's almost so much that maybe nobody knew what coin to get invested into for this altcoin season. When you go back to the prior bull markets, you had a couple choices. Last bull market was a little more difficult because there was more choices. And now we're at the point where there's so many coins that it's crazy. Here's a coin that a lot of people were excited about, Kadena. Look at what happened to Kadena. All of a sudden, Kadena team announces it's shutting down operations immediately due to market conditions. Does that mean that they think it's going to a bear market? What did they do? Did they pull all the liquidity out of the coin? What happened to the Kadena team? Did they just rug pull the whole community? I don't know what happened to Kadena. I was never really excited about Kadena. I saw some people talking about Kadena. I never really talked about Kadena. It wasn't one that I was ever into. I talked a little bit about Caspa. That starts with K. That's all I got. But even Caspa, like I talked about it, it was hot. I don't even know. I mean, it's the ghost ag technology. It's so. Do people really care about the technology? And what about if there's 10 copycats of the same piece of technology? Maybe altcoin season isn't going to happen. But I don't think that means that we need to be bearish on all altcoins. There are some coins that when you look at the list, now that we have millions of coins in existence, why don't we focus in on the ones that actually have things going for them? Bitcoin. Again, I'm trading Bitcoin currently in a short. That's playing out well. You could trade these things over on BTCC. There's a sign-up bonus. Take advantage of it if you guys are looking for a place to trade. You could trade, a lot of these top coins and know that likely, Solana's probably not going to go away. XRP's probably not going to go away. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing here is financial advice, by the way, my friends. Dogecoin, as silly as it is a meme, it's got an ETF coming. It's probably not going to go away. We're still in a government shutdown. Maybe what happens is once the government shutdown ends and these ETFs come out for coins like Doge and Solana and XRP, which has been delayed by the government shutdown because the SEC is not fully operational. Maybe we do get a little bit of a resemblance of an altcoin season, but maybe it's not going to be across the board. Maybe it's just going to be for Solana and Dogecoin and Cardano and all the coins that have ETFs coming, all the coins that actually have real fundamental institutional adoption happening. And yeah, it's crazy to say that Dogecoin has that. Well, an ETF's coming out, so I think that's really significant for Dogecoin. And maybe we're not going into a bear market yet. Maybe this is one big fake out. Maybe the 4-year cycles are over, and maybe we're just going to get a little bit of a bearish moment followed by continuation to the upside. Maybe the 4-year cycles as we know it, based off the Bitcoin halving and a bull market lasting 1,065 days, as we discussed earlier in this video, maybe those days are over. But maybe we are about to have a big dip for the crypto market and a buying opportunity. I think this is a buying opportunity right now for Bitcoin. Definitely scary to be buying altcoins right now. Maybe that means that this is the time for altcoins to pick back up and start soaring. At the end of the day, one thing that's kept a lot of people, and myself included, optimistic about potential for an altcoin season is a few things. One, we haven't seen it yet. Two, Fed rate cuts are historically bullish for risk on assets like Bitcoin and crypto and altcoins, and rate cuts are coming. We have the ETFs coming as well for some of these altcoins. So Fed rate cuts are coming. The ETFs are coming. Altcoin season has historically happened. That's why the optimism has been there, but Bitcoin's running out of time. Not a very positive video. I understand that maybe is going to frustrate some people out there, but I wanted to discuss with you guys. It's frustrating to me that in a time where the U.S. national debt reaches a new all-time high of $38 trillion, you would think that Bitcoin and gold would be soaring as an off-ramp to this US dollar idea. Well, gold has been soaring. Bitcoin has not been able to soar, but I don't necessarily think that that means that Bitcoin has done worse than gold. In fact, I don't think it has. Why? Because if you just look from 2022 to where we're at today, Bitcoin's gone up 608%. Okay. And if we go from 2022 for gold, let's go from 2022 for gold. 2022 from gold, let's just go from the lowest point in 2022 to where we're at today. Gold's only gone up 152%. So some people out there might be like, well, gold is overperforming Bitcoin. Well, yeah, maybe in the last couple months, but over the last 4 years, not so much. Bitcoin's in a great position. Altcoins are looking a little scary. I think there will be altcoins that rally in the future, but we have to be more picky. It's not just throw anything at a wall and it's going to, be some crazy altcoin rally. It's not just any meme coin. There's still meme coins out there, but they're getting harder and harder to find, I think. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm currently capitalizing on a short. If we're going into a bear market, I'm in a short position. I'm going to trade whether we're going up, whether we're going down. That's the beauty of this market. And if you want to trade as well, you could sign up using the link in the description down below for BTCC, a 10% deposit bonus. Continue to do your own research, my friends. That's all I have in this one. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel, DCA. Hold on, my friends. 2 videos here if you want to check them out. I'll see you in the next one, y'all. I'm not calling it over, but I'm calling it how it is. See you next time. Peace, y'all.